And thank you for testifying before us today. Today, we're discussing a serious public safety issue that affects not only Western New York, but our entire country. Criminal organizations are exploiting a jurisdictional gap on tribal lands to traffic drugs, to move human beings, and to import deadly fentanyl into American communities. Tribal communities deserve the same level of safety and protection as any other American community. And criminal networks have used remote stretches of our northern border and tribal lands as transit points to avoid detection and prosecution. And we have to equip law enforcement with the personnel, the training, and the federal partnerships that they need to stop traffickers in their tracks. That means that we need better coordination with Customs and Border Protection, the DEA, and federal prosecutors. We have to close these jurisdictional loopholes, and I want to applaud my colleague from New York for bringing this legislation because we have to stop this because it creates confusion over who can arrest, who can charge, and who can convict. And supporting stronger policing on tribal lands is not anti-tribal. It is pro-safety, it's pro-sovereignty, and it's pro-community. And when we allow tribal authorities to ensure seamless cooperation with state and federal partners, we not only protect Native families first and foremost, but we also protect the broader region from becoming a pipeline for fentanyl and human trafficking as well. And so the American people expect secure borders. They expect equal application of the law and safe neighborhoods, and that includes the northern border and includes tribal lands. Something I want to touch on briefly, on November 17th of last year, law enforcement seized more than 37,000 fentanyl pills on the Pueblo Reservation. And ironically, they're here today. But I want this to sink in. That's roughly 8 pounds of fentanyl, or 3.6 kilograms, which is enough to kill everyone in the Pueblo tribe 18 times. I want to commend you and Assistant Secretary Kirkland, Secretary Burgum, for what you're doing to stop this, because you are legitimately saving lives. So thank you. But the question I want to try to answer today is, why does this matter to the people of North Carolina's 6th District? Because we're talking about a tribe in New York, and it's reasonable for my constituents to wonder, why does this matter to us? And so, Mr. Mercier, I hope that you will help me to answer that question with the remaining time that I have. We have heard that drug traffickers specifically target areas where jurisdiction is fuzzy or overlapping. Would you agree that by streamlining authority back to a federal tribal model, we're effectively removing the jurisdictional shield that these criminals are currently hiding behind?
Thank you, Congressman, for the question. I would agree that clarity around this jurisdictional issues is paramount to effective law enforcement and public safety, yes.
So we know that fentanyl is now a leading cause of overdose deaths in many parts of the country. From your perspective, how is fentanyl specifically impacting families within and around the Seneca Nation of Indians? And what does that tell us about the urgency of strengthening interdiction efforts along the northern border?
Yeah, thank you, Congressman. I can't speak to the specifics of the Seneca Nation. I've only been in this job for about 18 months, but I was, prior to that, about 7 years in the Portland area office, and we had similar situations and witnessed that as well. And what we found is that working collaboratively with the state, having MOUs, having clarity around those jurisdictions was an effective tool. We've also stood up a division of drug enforcement that is working closely with the Department of Justice, U.S. Marshals, FBI, et cetera, to combat these criminal elements on the reservations.
Does the passage of this law help us to stop drug traffickers from bringing fentanyl and other deadly drugs into our country?
Congressman, honestly, I can't speak to whether that will be the case. I think it's better, that question would be better deferred to the Department of Justice and some of the equities that they have with the bill.
Gotcha. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.